Hello everyone, today I'm here with a money making method that can get you a little over 650k in as little as 10 minutes, but the caveat is you can only do it once per day depending on how many accounts you have. So let's go ahead as far as the requirements go. So one thing that you're going to need is cash. You're going to need to be able to buy as many chaos runes as you possibly can. Now there is a limit every 4 hours. You can only buy 12,000 per account that you have. So if you only have one account, that means you can buy 72,000 a day, which at 93 GP each, which is how much I was actually buying them for, it's about 6.7 mil. Now, as far as added requirements for this method, one thing that you're going to pretty much need, it isn't necessarily required, but to actually be able to have profitable margins or really profitable margins, you're going to at least need the Chromage's Gloves 1. Those aren't really that hard, and unluckily enough, I don't have it on a large XP lamp, so I had to switch accounts, but yeah, that's one thing you're going to need because it allows you for a store discount price in the Tazar area, and that's one thing that we're definitely going to need. And on top of that, to even access the armor shop, you're going to need a fire cape. So that is something that probably higher requirements right there. Basically, if you have 70 range, you'll probably be able to get it, and 75 pretty much guarantees you since you get a blowpipe. So if you have either of those range levels, make sure to take a look at trying to get a fire cape because this money making method definitely something that could be a good daily for you. So as far as what you're going to want to do from this point, basically as long as you have, I mean, you don't even have to have a full day's worth of chaos runes. The more you have, the better. But if you have your chaos runes, basically what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and use a minigame teleport to the Tazar fight pit. From there, you'll be just in a long little alleyway, and you're just going to want to run down that hallway, continue on to the east until you kind of hit this more open area, and then you're going to end up running to the south a little bit, going to the mage store inevitably. Here we will be selling chaos runes to the mage shop for 9 GP each, and they came in at a cost of 93 GP each. So ultimately, each token that we get is going to be worth 10.3 repeating GP. So keep that in mind going forward. So now here you're going to have to sell the chaos runes as much as you can. Now if you notice, if you position the chaos runes in the very bottom of your inventory, basically they'll be right at where the sell 50 is. So all you have to do is left click, right click to actually be able to sell 50. Now what I did, personally didn't want to have to mess around with the mouse just because, you know, then you kind of mess up a lot and it takes a lot of extra clicks. What I did was I just keybound a couple numbers on my numpad just to be able to left click and right click for me with an AHK script. So that's something that you guys can look up how to do. You can do this whether or not I think it's in AHK or Windows mouse keys or anything like that. The AHK, I think it's still fine by Jax's rules because the problem with AHK was people were like moving, you know, too much. I think if it's a one-to-one action for each key, that's perfectly fine, and these are one action per one click, so should be fine, I would imagine. But if it's not, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, or I might have gotten banned already, who knows. Overall, the selling of the chaos runes is something you're going to want to do as fast as you can, and with the keybinds, I found it to be incredibly fast. As you guys can see, I am absolutely just powering through them, and overall it took me a little under 6 minutes to actually be able to sell off an entire day's worth of chaos runes. So it's definitely a money making method that is probably best left to a daily, because at this point, I mean, if I'm able to do that, like even if I had 4 accounts buying me this daily, I'd still only be able to do 24 minutes or so, and that's, you know, obviously not enough to even supply half an hour of actual money making. So if you guys finished up around the mage area, basically where we're going to want to be able to get to is this little armor shop on the minimap. This is where this guy is going to sell us obsidian, plate bodies, plate legs, and helmets that actually make us money. But before we end up going southeast over towards him, you are going to actually have to get through this wall of fire, and the only way to do that is by having a fire cape, which I didn't have in my inventory. One thing I'd like to add is don't be scared about actually showing him your fire cape. You're not going to lose it or anything by unlocking the area, so there should be no worries there. But as far as the actual buying of the armor sets, basically I have some math that could help you guys out a little bit. As far as your daily total with 72,000 chaos runes, you should expect to get about 648,000 total on the dot, and I shouldn't say expect, that's exactly how many you're going to get if you do this daily. Now plate legs, with the completion of Chromage's 1 and actually having the gloves on you, will actually be able to buy for 87.1 thousand. Plate bodies will be able to buy for 109.2 thousand, and and helmets will be able to buy for 73.2 thousand. So basically, those are the rates you're going to have to consider. Now, a lot of math kind of has to go into this, because really what the main thing is you're going to have to buy these in the Grand Exchange if you want to actually know which one's the most profitable. Luckily enough, I have another account at the GE, so I can do it just from there. So basically, the real question is, how much of a margin is there on each one of these? And considering you can buy more or less depending on the type, how much can you make in total? So as far as the amounts that you can buy per day, now the one thing is you're going to have extra toku, but if you do this daily for more than just one day, you can, the extra toku you have left over could buy you another helmet or plate body in the future. You can buy 7.4 plate legs per day, 5.9 plate bodies per day, and 8.8 helmets per day. So go ahead and take that into account whenever you buy this. Now, as far as the prices that these were buying for me, basically plate legs actually ended up making 660k per hour, plate bodies ended up making 640k per hour, and helmets actually came in at a net loss, which I thought was pretty weird. And really, if you ever find that, you should probably just buy the Obsidian helmets, because no one's ever going to put more into the market if they're lower than what their value would be in Chaos Runes. So it doesn't really make sense, and I'm sure that they were just at an all-time low for a little bit. So probably more profitable at other times of the day. Now, overall, once you know which one is best for you to buy, it's pretty simple. That's just what you're going to go ahead and do. Basically, there's only one in stock per world. You wouldn't even want to buy another one if there's more than one in stock, because the price would go up and that'd be useless. So just buy one of whatever armor type you're buying, then just go ahead and hop worlds. Should just take a couple minutes to be able to buy all the armor pieces in total that you're going to need for your daily. So in the end, once you have actually bought all of the armor pieces that you have, basically this is going to take you about 10 minutes, 6 minutes to sell off the Chaos Runes, and 4 minutes to run everywhere and actually be able to buy your armor pieces. 10 minutes to be able to make 660k in this instance is about 3.5 mil an hour, so it's obviously definitely worth it to pretty much every player to do this. Now the thing is, after this video comes out, depending on what the demand is of Obsidian plate bodies and plate legs, you may really want to check the prices, but in a long-term sense here in a week or two, I think this will bounce back to being normal, if not better. So definitely a really good thing to check out for, and if you ever see Obsidian armor start to rise, just start doing this, because you're going to be able to make money off of it. So in total, if I sell off the Obsidian plate legs, basically I end up making 230k. Now obviously that doesn't take into account the extra toku that we were able to manage to get, and basically that's where the other hidden money is going to be at. In total, the 38.3 thousand toku is worth about 435k in total, so that's where the extra money is kind of hidden for the time being. So in total, the toku and the Obsidian plate legs are going to be worth 7.35 mil, and so ultimately we profited about 650k, a little bit over in this instance. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the money making method. It definitely is one that is really good as far as just time per GP gain. Like, it is definitely a method that I would recommend. If you have more accounts than just one account, I'd say just have them constantly buying Chaos Runes, because you're going to make money off of this, really, unless it's after a video like this is being uploaded. For the most part, during the downtimes where it isn't being highly talked about, no one's ever going to do this unless you actually make money off of it. So you're pretty much almost guaranteed a profit no matter what, because anyone looking into it wants to make money, or else they're not going to do it. So the margins are naturally going to be there. Definitely a good money making method overall, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you guys have anything to tell me, make sure to comment that down below. As you guys can see, we already had some Obsidian plate leg sell off, so yeah, they're definitely of high demand, so you don't even have to worry about them not selling within a day. They'll sell within, like 15 minutes. You should be fine. So that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to subscribe as well for future content. But with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace. And also all the plate legs sold, by the way.